I have this Blazor application running in debug mode right now, and I'm a little confused. I'm going to see if I can find someone that can help me out a little bit. So you can see I have this breakpoint set on this event handler. I'm using this service. It's an app state management service. I actually got it from Carl Franklin's Blazor Train episode. And what it basically does is it hooks in. You can hook into this when you initialize a component, and then you can listen for changes in the state and react to them, when you need to. And you can see that, okay, this component that I have this breakpoint set in, it's not currently in the UI. So whenever I go to different parts of the application, it is not being called. It's not being called. This is not listening currently because it gets hooked up here in the initialize async lifecycle method. And I'm going to go ahead and start that up now. I'll put a breakpoint right here. So if I bring this load builder up, you can see that indeed the breakpoint gets met. So now I'm listening, and when I continue, you'll see that it's now listening to events. I'm going to undo this because there are a few events that will fire. So here is the component. You can see right here it's CH47. So everything in this drop down deals with 47, and this is there would be several here, but for now there's only one per. So if I select that guy, I'm going to put my breakpoint back here. If I select that guy, for the user, it doesn't make any sense if I were to change, for instance, if I were to change to a different, this is a helicopter, but UH-60 mic, you could see that it's going to react to that change, and it's going to fire, and it's actually going to, I'm going to go ahead and go, it's going to redo this menu to only show me the 60 mic stuff. So if I change to 60 Lima, now I get the 60 Lima, come back here, come back here, come back here, and it gets initialized. It's all working fine. But here's where it goes wrong. When I navigate away from this, the way I understand it is once this is disposed, I'm going to go here to where this component no longer exists. I'm going to go back to, and you can see that it's being disposed. I'm going back to where we were in the beginning of the video when this was not firing yet because it had not been initialized. So if I set my breakpoint back again, what I expect to happen is it will not listen to changes in the app state. But watch, if I click this, it does. Even though I unhooked it in the dispose method, it seems to still be listening to events. And that has memory leak written all over it. So I really don't understand why that is still listening to events, and it's everywhere. If I change something here, it's going to fire, and it should not be firing. I don't understand why it's doing that. So anyone want to let me in on a little secret here and tell me why, if I'm unhooking this event, why this is still being called? Maybe I just don't understand how this dispose method works. Is it going to take some time for it to unhook? I don't think that's the answer. I just don't understand why it's not working. So maybe you'd need more information from me, but I think that might be enough for somebody smarter than me on this stuff to be able to figure out why that's happening. So thanks in advance for anyone that answers this question.